Okay, let's dive right into this. 90%. That is the staggering amount of marketing budgets currently being spent inefficiently. Right now, we're watching companies literally bleed millions. And it's not because they have a flawed product. It's because traditional marketing is physically incapable of processing the sheer speed of the modern market. In today's explainer, we're analyzing a massive, fundamental shift. We're looking at an AI infrastructure that treats business growth not as some abstract creative art, but as a precise, engineered science.
There's a brilliant quote that anchors this whole concept. Understanding the market is a mechanism, not flair, not luck, not intuition. Think about that for a second. The era of the educated guess in marketing, it's completely over. We are entering an age of engineered precision, where fragmented data points converge to tell you exactly when, where, and how your business needs to strike.
Section 1. The end of intuitive marketing. Because the old way is dead.
Let's look at the systemic failure of traditional marketing. The soaring lead costs, plummeting ROI, the chaos of spreadsheets, and executives left waiting for delayed reports while competitors scale. To solve this, we have to look at the architect behind our solution. Interestingly, he isn't a marketer at all. He's a technical manager and pure systems engineer. He built this comprehensive AI-driven market analysis system without writing a single line of code and honestly without ever opening a marketing textbook. He just looked at the chaos of lead generation and applied pure systems engineering.
And the result of that engineering is the Next Move engine. Think of it as a complete AI operating system for market positioning. The keyword here is autonomous. This isn't your standard chatbot waiting around for a clever prompt. It's an infrastructure that proactively monitors market signals, runs predictive analytics, and generates highly targeted business actions entirely on its own. Section 2. The anatomy of the Next Move engine. Let's look under the hood.
Let's move to the architecture and see how this actually builds. How does a multi-agent system automate complex market analysis without a human stepping in? Well, it operates on a very strict digital pipeline. First, you have background monitoring. The AI is constantly, relentlessly scanning global job vacancies, executive social posts, and financial reports. Second is hypothesis synthesis. This is where an AI analyst spots a subtle market shift or a hidden operational pain point. And third, action card generation, where an AI planner outputs exact positioning strategies and perfectly targeted lists. But what makes this absolutely crucial is its deep personalization matrix. The system cross-references all this data against 5 levels of engineering maturity and 6 levels of AI maturity. Why does that matter? Because it means the system will speak to a CTO who's frustrated with stuck AI pilots, using completely different language than a CTO who's struggling with fragmented AI in production. It isolates their specific, highly technical pain language. Section 3. Signals instead of press releases. Let's translate this theoretical architecture into the real world. The core idea here is filtering out the sheer noise of the market to find concrete operational truths. Consider the contrast. The legacy method of business intelligence is incredibly sluggish. You wait months for a corporate press release, right? And by the time it hits your desk, the market has already moved on. The new paradigm is all about acting immediately on high-confidence, triangulated signals identified by AI. It shifts your entire business posture from reactive to proactive. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly how that works. Take this operational case study of a company called 5P. The engine caught 3 distinct, seemingly unrelated signals. Financially, their profit dropped 66% year over year, meaning infrastructure costs were outpacing revenue. Operationally, they just opened a massive logistics hub, but had over 40 open vacancies, which is a huge red flag for unsettled processes. And behaviorally, a top executive posted about decentralizing management to cut overhead from 10% down to 2%. Now, a human might miss the connection, but the engine converged those 3 independent vectors into one undeniable target. It deduced a critical need for operational efficiency at that exact moment. Then, it autonomously generated 200 lines of hard action items. We're talking names, roles, motives, and highly personalized pitch scripts. 0 human input was required to initiate the whole shebang. Section 4. Hidden market anomalies. Beyond just generating leads, the Next Move engine is incredibly effective at uncovering deep corporate contradictions and systemic toxicities that human analysts routinely gloss over. For example, 100 million. The system analyzed a prominent tech company publicly boasting a massive user base of 100 million users. On paper, they look like an absolute titan of the industry. Now, what's really interesting about this next metric is the severe cognitive dissonance it creates. actual revenue was only $7.3 million. You have 100 million users generating $7.3 million. That equates to an anomalous 7 cents of average revenue per user per year. That is statistically absurd even if you factor in a freemium model. Triggered by that single metric, the engine automatically compiled a 150-line intelligence report. It aggregated a negative 15% hiring trend. It extracted Glassdoor allegations complaining of forced subscription models. And it identified an impossible executive KPI demanding a 15% revenue boost. Entirely autonomously, it painted a clear picture of a toxic culture operating completely without resources.
This entire process embodies a core engineering philosophy that we absolutely love. One concrete number builds more trust than 3 paragraphs about rich experience. The engine relies strictly on data-driven truth. It strips away all the marketing fluff to establish absolute, verifiable authority. Section 5. The new speed of business. So, what does this all mean for you? It means this engineering approach to marketing is no longer just a competitive advantage. It's an existential requirement. The real window of opportunity for business intervention is usually only 6 to 12 months, and honestly, often less. If you have the real-time insights to approach a company when their pain is fresh, you win. If you sit around waiting for traditional data and arrive a year late, you're literally just explaining why you didn't show up earlier. The executive takeaway here boils down to 3 highly practical steps. 1. Centralize your data signals. Unify your CRM, your advertising, and your analytics into one AI-orchestrated environment. 2. Automate your routine analytical decisions using multi-agent systems. And 3. Completely move away from reactive waiting and step into proactive forecasting and scenario modeling. The next generation of business isn't going to be won by the sheer number of personnel you throw at a problem. It's going to be won by the speed of your decision-making. And the creator of the Next Move engine is currently available to build and deploy these massive, intelligent AI infrastructures for businesses that are actually ready to scale. The technology is already here, the engineering is completely sound. The only question left is, are you ready to engineer your market understanding?